This player has been slowly climbing my fantasy radar throughout training camp, and to be honest, this is a player 2 months ago I would have never even thought of touching with a 10-foot pole, and that player is DJ Moore. Now, I'm not quite ready to say he's a must draft. I get that he had a very, very poor season last year, and honestly, I think his poor production had more to do with his role on the Bears offense and less to do with who he was as a player. But you look at the Bears offense, right? It's very run heavy. It's centered around a quarterback that is very mobile, and he was surrounded by Rome Odunze, Luther Burden, and Colson Loveland. There's just nothing going on that offense that, no matter how good DJ Moore was, said that he was going to be a high-value fantasy wide receiver. Now, you put him on the Bills, and his role completely changes. Here's what we know from training camp so far. A, the chemistry between him and Josh Allen is very good right now. The other thing we know is that Keon Coleman is pretty much completely out of the picture, right? So now it's DJ Moore and Khalil Shakir. And for what we've seen in the last 2 seasons is that Khalil Shakir is not good enough to fill the wide receiver 1 role in Buffalo, right? His 2 seasons as the wide receiver 1 in Buffalo, less than 80 targets per season and less than 1,000 receiving yards per season, right? But history shows that the Bills offense can produce high-value fantasy wide receivers. You look at Stephon Diggs 4 years with Buffalo, and he had over 100 receptions in all 4 of those years and over 1,200 receiving yards in all 4 of those years. And obviously, Stephon Diggs is a much better wide receiver than DJ Moore, but the fact is I think if DJ Moore can find himself in a situation where he's receiving 100 or more targets this season from Josh Allen, I think he's just good enough that he could find himself having a lot of fantasy value this season. And look, if you're in a 10-man league that runs 2 wide receivers, you probably don't even need to think about DJ Moore this season. But if you're in a 12-man, 14-man, 16-man league, or you're playing with 3 wide receivers, I 100% think you should consider DJ Moore for your fantasy season.